drawing things I'm bad at. So this is a sort of a series that I decided to make and create for me to try and draw things I'm bad at. So I have a tendency of avoiding things that make me struggle, which is really bad, especially for an artist. So I have a tendency to if this is hard, I'm not gonna do it. If I can't draw this, I'm gonna find a way not to draw it. And I've done that at tons with hands, with faces, with rendering. And I realized that that's hindering my progress as an artist. That's why I have this thing called drawing things I'm bad at, where I actually attempt to draw things I actively avoid. So this one was quite an interesting one because I was just sitting there and for me to decide what I'm bad at, I do go through my Instagram and see, okay, what do I tend to avoid? And I realized I just draw portraits 99.9% of the time I draw portraits. And it's really fun. I love it. I honestly do love drawing portraits. It's so fun. But I did realize that because I only draw portraits, I do not know how to draw clothing. And yeah, that's why I decided today I'm gonna draw clothing. And let me tell y'all, I have never felt like I've struggled, right? I've struggled with drawing. I struggle with drawing animals, hands. I struggle a lot. But clothing? I feel like I skipped 100 steps. Clothes are so hard. I'm okay, there's textures, there are patterns, there's shapes, there's shadows. I didn't even reach the color part. I literally just drew the entire time, and it was quite interesting. So usually when I am doing these, depends on what type of things I'm drawing, but I decided to go with just three references, thought it will be easy. I started off the first right, thought, okay, this is a super simple reference just because it's mostly symmetrical. But I reached the hands and the arms, and I'm like, oh my god. I don't know, a part of my body, not a part of my body, a part of my mind forgot that when you're drawing clothes, the body does a significant amount of work. So should I have drawn the anatomy under it? And I was like, no, this is about clothing, this is about the shapes, this is about looking at clothes and seeing the shapes. And y'all, there's so many shapes. I was surprised, y'all. I by the time I was reaching the shoes, which I did want to draw shoes on their own, I was just whoa. I was like, should I have just learned how to draw tops and then learn how to draw bottoms, learn how to draw dresses, which I think that's what I'm gonna be focusing on. I'm actually, as much as this really hit me on the head and it was super hard, I finally know how I'm gonna fill my sketchbook because it's gonna be all clothes now because I'm so I knew I was bad at it, but I never knew I was this troublesome in it. And then I reached the second reference and it was kind of a pose, and y'all, I don't know, I would see a reference and be like, oh my god, this is so easy. I start with the face, which I love drawing faces. I start with the face, everything goes well, and then it reaches the clothes and I'm like, damn. And it's as much as I want to draw the anatomy under it, I am trying to teach myself to see shapes, because if I start constructing every single day, and this is not art advice, because it is mostly highly advised to be constructing the anatomy under the body, blah blah, but what I have been doing is I'm actively trying to break down every single reference I see into shapes. Like, I try to even ignore like I'm drawing a top or a dress or like pants or a belt, and I'm like, okay, I'm drawing a square here, I'm drawing a triangle here, I'm drawing a couple of lines here. And it has been like quite fascinating approaching art in that way, and I have been like trying to do that in a while before. Like, I feel like I do want to go back to construction though, like form construction, shading, and it's just like me experimenting as a new artist, because I found this way is quite interesting. Is like, I'm not gonna say it's easier, but when you're using your references, it is quite, it's better. Like, especially when you're new, like being able just to draw shapes kind of like puts the pressure off of you, and that's what I've been like trying to do. So like with the second reference, I have been like, I was trying to just draw triangles when it came to like the blouse and stuff, and when it even came to the pants, I was like, okay, what angles are these pants making, what angles are the shadows making? And yeah, this is definitely like something I did learn from YouTube artists. Oh my god, like, y'all, the University of YouTube is the best, because it is like a method I had learned from like people like Ethan Becker, Cynics Design, and Modern Day James, and also Ahmed Aldori. Oh my god, I have butchered his name, I'm so sorry. But yeah, and it has been like very helpful to like watch them. And then when it came to like the third reference, I don't know if I was tired, if I was just panicking, if I was, I don't know, like I think I had reached like my art limit of struggle or whatever, like just making up excuses. So I started this one like really well, and then towards the end I realized like the reference does look like more of like an early, like mid-20s lady, and then when I finished I was like, oh my god, this looks like a literal child. Like, I don't know if it's like the face or the height, but like I don't feel like height should make, I don't know. I did definitely struggle with proportions also. And I was like, okay, today's not about studying proportions or anything. It's just about shapes. And this did have like tons of triangular shapes, which was really helpful. But man, like, it was tough. It was tough. I did enjoy it. It did like give me some like clarity on where I'm struggling, which is the main point of drawing things I'm bad at. It's about seeing where I can improve, where I should put my focus on. Definitely go back to anatomy, which is like very foundational in all of this. But this is why we say like just sketch, just draw. Like, you're never gonna know what you're like struggling with in art if you just don't do it. So yeah, at least I have a way to fill my sketchbook, which can't wait to show you guys if it ever gets filled. Oh my god, I have been trying to sketch more often, and now I have like ideas, and I'm probably gonna make a Pinterest board with all these references of clothing, and I'm gonna like draw more clothes, because I thought you never know how bad you are at something until you try it. Yeah, so this was a very much successful drawing things I'm bad at. Probably next time I will render the clothes, just give myself a challenge. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's always fun to make, and I hope you guys stick to this journey that I am creating for myself. Okay, bye.